Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. It's time for The Doug Dayton Show.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Doug Dayton Show. I'm so thrilled and excited that you have made the decision to join me for today's show. As 2016 has launched, we are taking a look at our appetites. We're actually studying Feeding Your Appetites, Taking Control of What is Controlling You by Stephen Arterburn and Deborah Cherry. And it's been a great study. We've taken a look at a lot of different principles that can help you understand why the appetites that you have are not always necessarily negative, but Satan seeks to get you to substitute negative things for the positive things that God has given you an appetite for. So we've gotten to the point where we're discussing how to actually begin the process of change in your life. Only the very naive Christian believes that our struggle with sin stops at the point of salvation. That is simply not the case. If anything, our struggle with sin starts at salvation. Why? Because before salvation, you don't struggle with sin, you just give into it. As long as we're on sin's team, so to speak, we will have very little difficulty participating in all that sin encourages us to do. Even if you wanted to get off of that team, we knew we could not do it alone. The power that team held over us was worse than any bribery, blackmail, or extortion that could ever exist. We were trapped. We were slaves to our sinful nature that was controlling us. It is not until we accept the invitation of Jesus Christ to trade up and to become a part of his team that the struggle begins. So the coaching on this new team is great. Jesus is patient with us as we learn to play by the rules, which was never necessarily a part of the way of doing things when you were on your old team. As you struggle to absorb all that you can from your new coach, so you play the game to the best of your abilities, and you soon realize that your old habits die hard. You know that you're now a part of the winning team and that you're loved and accepted, but it seems like some of the old team has followed you over. So you had to desire to leave them behind, but your old teammates of lust, greed, pride, and envy keep calling you and trying to convince you to return to your old team. You resist, most of the time anyways, but their beckoning grows louder. Your appetite grows stronger. So what are you going to do? So walk with me a little bit further down this analogy. You reluctantly decide that you're going to go to your new coach, Jesus, and tell him all about this struggle. What will the new coach think? Will he kick you off the team? Will he send you back to that painful life that you once knew? Will he tell you just to live with it? Or will he know how to fight it? Whatever the case, you have no choice but to share it with him, because on your own, you continue to fail. When you go to Jesus and tell him about how your old teammates are haunting and harassing you, you are surprised to discover that he knew all about it. He tells you that this happens to every member of his team, and it helps to know that you are not the only one. The most important thing that Jesus tells you is that there is hope. Peace is not out of reach, and neither is the mastery of your appetites. Healing begins with the resolution of your inner conflict between the body and the spirit. As the body gravitates towards sensual desires and pleasure, the spirit desires meaning, permanence, and the truth. The tug of war at times feels like it could rip us apart, but it is a part of the Christian walk that cannot be traded or circumvented. We are not made acceptable before God as a result of our own merit, and that's so important that we realize that. We cannot earn the right to stand before the Almighty. Only through His grace, His forgiveness, and His unconditional love are we made clean. And it's only by acknowledging our need for forgiveness and by being willing to give and receive forgiveness do we have a chance at the healing that we so desperately need. Without forgiveness, we will head right back into using our appetites to medicate the pain that we are experiencing. So if you want to gain control over your appetites, you must be willing to face the pain that you have been trying to hide from. Here's Mercy Me with The Hurt and the Healer.
Please don't let this go in vain. You're all I have, all that remains. So here I am, what's left of me, where glory meets my suffering. I'm alive, even though a part of me has died. You take my heart and breathe it back to life. I fall into your arms open wide. In the hurt and the healer cry. Breathe. Sometimes I feel it's all that I can do. Pain so deep that I can hardly move. Just keep my eyes completely fixed on you. Lord, take hold and pull me through. So here I am, what's left of me, where glory meets my suffering. I'm alive, even though a part of me has died. Take my heart and breathe it back to life. I fall into your arms open wide. When the hurt and the healer collide. It's the moment when humanity is overcome by majesty, when grace is ushered in for good, and all our scars are understood, when mercy takes its rightful place, and all these questions fade away, when out of a weakness we must bow, and hear you say it's over now. I'm alive, and even though a part of me has died, you take this heart and breathe it back to life. I fall into your arms open wide. When the hurt and the healer collide. Come and break my fear, wake my heart and take my tears, find the glory even here. When the hurt and the healer collide. Jesus, come and break my fear, wake my heart and take my tears, find your glory even here. When the hurt and the healer, Jesus, come and break my fear, wake my heart, take my tears, and find your glory even here.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Doug Dayton Show. We're chatting hunger strike and we're talking about changing our appetites. Specifically, we're discussing forgiveness. You will very likely experience some emotional pain as you work through the process of forgiveness. The pain that we must face in giving and receiving forgiveness is sometimes the very thing that stops us from doing it. We so want to avoid any semblance of pain that we will do just about anything to avoid it. But for true healing to occur, we must reach a point of being willing to face any pain once and for all, to walk back through any heartache that's necessary, to grieve over it, to admit it, to accept it, to forgive it. And only when we forgive can our appetites truly begin to serve the purpose that they were created to serve. When we continue to punish ourselves for something that we have already confessed to God, then we are in sense telling God that we don't really believe that He has forgiven us. Dwelling on your confessed past is not a part of God's plan for your life. So if you find yourself haunted by the past, remember that it's not God that's reminding you, because He's already forgiven and forgotten it. Satan wants to keep your past in front of you as a means of keeping you from experiencing the abundant life that God promises to His children. It might help to remember the bumper sticker that reads, "When Satan reminds you of your past, you just remind him of his future." That might sound totally cliche, but it's so very true. So if you hope to make peace with your appetites, then you must realize that you are responsible for yourself, your choices, the consequences of those choices, and seeking the help necessary to change. There is no one else that you can blame for the problems that you may be experiencing, regardless of your background, your childhood experiences, your current situations. You are now an adult and responsible for yourself and how you choose to live your life. Does that sound a little bit harsh? It feels a little bit harsh. Well, maybe it's time to stop whining about things being harsh and get real with what it's going to take to heal and get your life back. Because if you're going to continue to whine about people being harsh, that narcissistic, intolerant view of an opinion that is different than the one that you might hold is exactly what's going to keep you from taking responsibility and forgiving others. Let's talk just a moment about blame shifting. From the very beginning, man has shifted blame from his sin to others. Remember Adam and Eve in the very first sin? When Adam was asked about it, he shifted the blame. "The woman that you put here with me, she's the one who gave me the fruit and I ate it." That's so lame. Not only did he blame Eve, he went a step further and even implicated God himself. How do you do that, man? I just said that's going to be an interesting conversation when we get to eternity with Adam. "The woman that you put here," is what he said. So that is straight up blaming God. But really, let's get real. People still blame God for everything that goes wrong in their life on a daily basis. If there's a tornado, a hurricane, a car wreck, or even if they catch a cold, they blame God. They think that God is out to get them, that He's this old man waiting in the sky with the cane ready to swat you on the back of the head whenever you mess up, and that is not the case. God is good, so stop blaming Him. People blame the person who sold the drugs, or for good measure, they'll blame the pharmaceutical company who made the drugs. The bartender's always at fault because he continued to serve when someone was obviously drunk. They blame the brewers. They blame the parents for not teaching them to eat healthy. They blame fast food restaurants for providing such high-calorie foods. They do everything within their power to avoid taking any personal responsibility. Blaming others does not absolve us from responsibilities, and neither does making excuses. Blaming others is like saying, "I just didn't know any better, so I'll let others decide for me." That's just being stupid. But making excuses is like saying, "I know this is wrong, but I'm going to do it anyways because," insert the statement of your choice here. Unfortunately, this solution is short-lived because making excuses to do what we feel like doing will only last as long as that feeling lasts. Feelings change at the drop of a hat. The next time our feelings change, we want to do something different yet again. Then we have to make a new excuse or change what we decided that we believed yet another time. Our life doesn't live up to what the Bible says, so let's change the Bible to fit our lives rather than changing our lives to fit the Bible. That's so stupid when you stop and actually think about it. Getting real with ourselves means taking a realistic look at our behaviors and about our choices and deciding what we're going to believe. We must decide our base beliefs once and for all on God's Word and stop making excuses for the behaviors that fall outside of those boundaries. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will straight up preach. Hey, here's the Black Rodeo remix of From the Inside Out by Hillsong United. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Doug Dayton Show. We are chatting Hunger Strike today, talking about how we can change our appetites and our behaviors. One of the things that is probably one of the greatest influencing factors in whether or not a person changes their behavior and their appetites is the people that they choose to invest their lives in. I know that there was a friend that I had, he's probably my best friend, and it was his personal goal in life whenever I was trying to fly right and do what I knew to be correct and live my life according to the Bible, he would always try to get me to backslide and go participate in some sort of an activity that I did not want to participate in. And there came a point when I realized that my love for God was greater than my love for this relationship with this person that I considered to be my homie. So I said, hey man, listen, you know what? I love you. You're an awesome friend, but I'm walking with the Lord. And if you want to come with me, that's great, but I'm not going with you. And he did. So it was awesome. Another benefit of developing healthy friendships and companions is that they provide us with encouragement and accountability during the times that you're struggling with your appetites. Now, if you have a friend that's trying to pull you down and getting you to go clubbing and go to the bars whenever you're trying to change your life, then that's probably a friend that you want to invest a little bit less time in. Spend time with a friend or a family member that holds similar beliefs and values, and that will help you to stand strong in your personal choice. The battle to control your appetites is easier when others care enough about you to check in on you, to encourage you, to lift you up, and to hold you accountable. Now, I've seen people go to the other extreme, and they think that just because someone goes to church, they are a good and godly influence in their life, and they just develop this mentality that they have to be in a relationship, and they almost become codependent. Have you ever been around someone that was so uncomfortable being with themselves that they would settle for the first man or woman that threw themselves in their direction? That is the type of person where I would recommend you need some friends. You do not need a relationship. If you're lonely, get a dog. Don't spend all of this time heaping your emotional dysfunction on another human being. You have to become healed in yourself before you can ever become functional in a relationship situation. So spend some time working on you and Jesus before you start working on another person. Hey, here's DJ Tony Fox with a remix of Blessed Be Your Name.
Blessed be your name, when found in this desert place, though I walk through the wilderness. Blessed be your name. Every blessing you pour out, I'll turn back to praise. When the darkness closes in, Lord, still I will say, blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be a glorious name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be a glorious name. Blessed be your name. Blessed be your name. We're found in this desert place, though I walk through the wilderness. Blessed be your name. Every blessing you pour out, I'll turn back to praise. When the darkness closes in, Lord, still I will say, blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be a glorious glorious name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be a glorious name.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all that we have time for today. In closing, I would just like to give you a little bit of advice if you are looking to establish some new relationships to help you in changing your appetites and your behaviors. One of the greatest things that you can do is to get plugged into a small group. Whether it's a Bible study, a support group, a therapy group, or some sort of a club or organization, joining a group of people can serve a positive purpose in your life. Getting involved with others in just about any form will help you feel like you belong. And as you become more comfortable with people in these groups, a sense of closeness will develop that will allow you to share areas of concern. And it's good to just not have to do life on your own. It's great to have other people with you. One of the best things about these types of groups is that they can foster and give and take type relationship. This week you might be the only one needing something, but next week you might be the one giving something. So it's all about doing life together. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. It's been a pleasure. God bless you and have a fantastic day.
Thanks, Doug. What a great show. If you enjoyed today's broadcast, we would love to hear from you. Please visit our website. You can connect with us on social media, submit prayer requests, and find more information about Doug and the show at www.dougdayton.org. That's www.dougdayton.org.